Hi guys, welcome back.
She's, oh my God, she's parched.
We're gonna do some more effects reactions. Gage's gonna show me some clips and I'm gonna see how they make me feel. And then I'm gonna talk about how they worked, how I think they did it, if it holds up by today's standards, which are very low anyway.
Oh my God, shots fired at the Bowl-O-Rama.
Boom. So we're gonna get this started and he's gonna show me, I don't know what he's showing me.
And you shan't until I show you.
I feel like they're gonna be very tame compared to what I've showed you in the past.
Well, compared to that last one, yes, Marcel. Yes.
It's just clips.
Some snuff film. Oh, my
You've
word.
seen my work.
Affront to the very delicacy that is my nature.
Oh.
Ready?
Oh my God.
This is Giant Monsters.
This is one of the first horror films I ever saw. My aunt showed it to me. And this scene, along with another scene in this film that involves a sink, terrifying. I would think he's having a seizure. Doctor is like, I'm with a patient. There's someone dying. Mike Smithson sculpted this. Oh. Can you imagine how bad that smells?
I don't want to.
That's so cool. It's like, you know, baking powder and vinegar and stuff, fizzling thing. That wasn't done in reverse, so I'm wondering how they did that. They must have just pulled it from the back to make it curl up. That's probably styrofoam with acetone. And a giant amoeba. Oh. So her face is mine. I'm like, this is all done with sheets of fabric being pulled back over the actor's face with Methicil, and that's a miniature. That is horrifying. That's a hand in the floor.
So that was The Blob.
That was The Blob 88, which is one of my top horror films all the time, but also the best remakes ever. But yeah, that was a huge combination of things. We had bladders on the old man's neck, contact lenses, and then the fake torso and the real actor in there with the melted body, which was sculpted, and they added in bubbling effects. And then we had the blob on this thing, which I'm pretty sure is a miniature, and they dropped it. It was probably weighted, flipped it out. I wonder how they released it from the ceiling, though. I wonder if it was magnetized or something, because it unfurls.
I wonder if they pulled it up towards camera instead of
Oh, that might have worked. Yeah, I had it open, it flipped out. That's probably reverse. And then we had the styrofoam they painted like wood, and they dropped acid on it. And then that is a full guy in there. I know that. And then I never knew, though, for a long time that was a forced perspective shot of her holding the miniature.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I never knew that until like a couple years ago, because it's so seamless and everything's going on. But yeah, him screaming while melting and his head descends back is disturbing.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's also one of the most super memorable images from horror.
He ate my date.
I pulled my date apart. They're like, what?
We didn't even get to dig down.
Ready?
Goddamn space amoebas.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wouldn't have thought to do this one. This one's amazing. This is Randy Cook who sculpted this, and it's one of the coolest creature designs and one of the best stop motion sequences of all time. Horrifying. In this scene, I would do exactly what the kid's doing. There's nothing you can do but stand still. Don't conjure demons.
More point of the story.
Rock and roll will kill you.
Read a book.
That's a giant practical
If you're
hand,
bored,
which I love.
read a book.
And it's funny because there's this whole twist where you think it's going to kill him, but it like rewards him for unleashing him and puts the eyeball in his hand, which I have the tattoo on my hand because it's one of my all-time favorite films. This film, we could do a whole episode on this film.
Yeah.
There's tons of force perspective, there's tons of prosthetics, there's tons of little tricks and puppets, and it's just amazing what they did in this movie on such a low budget, but that creature is insane.
Do you think it holds up?
Oh yeah. I love the fluidity of the puppet. This is like the 80s stop motion, just so cool. And I love how they have the shot when it opens the door. It's like those practical people in suits walking, and then he rises up.
That's what I'm a huge fan of, like combined elements.
Yes, and it all works so well. There's not many shots in this movie that don't hold up because they did everything pretty much in camera. I'd say the worst effect, giant superimposed moth going into the camera, and it's like supposed to be a creature, but the guy showed up and just shot all the moths out of an air mortar and destroyed them. They just disintegrated. And he finishes it off by looking at his hand, and he stabs his own hand with a piece of glass. I'm like, don't piss off the demon lord. Like, just live in this hell that you've created and just be like, oh, this
Reap what you've
this is as good as it's
sown.
gonna get. I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah.
I love The Gate. It's such a cool movie. One of my favorite zombie of all time is in that film as well. I think it's the coolest zombie design ever.
Here we go.
My family rented this when it came out, and they were all watching it. And I remember watching it and going, hey. Especially when oh my God. And she's tangled in barbed wire too.
Can't go anywhere.
And then she has to lay still. I also remember how it blew my fucking mind that those things were inside the bigger things. Because I don't know if people remember they didn't reveal that it was a bigger monster.
No, till way later.
These fucking puppets that ADI did are insane. Some of the coolest designs. The guy who went up the water tower and dies of dehydration, that scared me more than anything when I was a kid. For some reason, it really disturbed me.
It was the way it was shot.
Yeah, they find him and he just stayed up there. Oh my God. This is a great sequence too. I'm glad this film finally gets all the love it gets now, because it did not do well when it came out.
Yeah.
And it's just an ingenious film. It's like a comedy western horror film, which you don't get much. And I love this effect too. Because a lot of this movie is just seeing dirt moving and boards moving, which is not mainly the effects people, it's the other effects people who do like atmosphere and stuff. They have to figure it out, which is really cool. Girl. Oh.
They're all sit in this puppet's mouth.
I know, we're gonna drop you in. I love Tremors so much. Tremors is such a fun film. But yeah, those are all giant practical puppets, and then a lot of it is miniature.
Yeah,
which
a
I also
lot.
didn't realize until years later either.
Yeah, that scene where it comes through the wall, that's a hand puppet.
Yeah, and it looks so good.
It does,
It's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah, they really, the design and just how this film was shot and just the buildup of the reveal of the creatures.
Do you think that one holds up?
I think it holds up really well. I think you could show this to like any kid now who's like into sci-fi or monsters or even like Western shit, and they'd be like, "This is a pretty cool movie."
Yeah, and I feel
have
like-
yet to meet a person who doesn't like Tremors.
Yeah, and I also feel like modern audiences now cannot figure out how they did.
If you show this to like teenagers, they'd be like, "That's not CGI." I go, "Yeah, figure out how they did it."
They didn't really use giant things either, so
No.
figure it out.
It's weird for a giant monster movie. They use a lot of small stuff. That is wild. I love this movie.
Me too.
Look at the ass on him right there. Also, Fred Ward. Can we talk about Fred Ward?
Can we? Girl.
I must increase my bust. Okay.
we
Let's
talk
start
about
over.
Ward.
She's high.
No.
We'll fix it in editing.
Okay.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.